We are making bruschetta. Just easy breezy, top it how you want it, kind of bruschetta.
Yeah. It is super simple. One of the things I've kind of fallen in love with is manchego cheese.
I've never heard of this.
I think you've made a fancy grilled cheese using that kind of cheese.
Yeah,
manchego.
I like Gruyere. I love manchego's really good. And all I do is I use a baguette. Don't use an Italian loaf because it's too wide, too big.
Oh, okay.
So I always get the baguette, which is kind of the long, skinny, long one.
Yeah.
I just cut it in fourths, cut it in half, and then put it under the broiler with bruschetta drizzled with a little bit of olive oil. Lovely. It's a friend. I mean, I could just eat
with
that.
With the cheese, you put the cheese on,
yeah.
let it sit, and then we go the bruschetta on top of that.
And the bruschetta. So I've had people ask me in the past, how do you cut tomatoes so quickly? Let me show you my trick real quick. So if you have a tomato, all I do is I take the stem side down, and then if I've been called to dice it, I don't usually cut it all the way through. You don't cut it all the way through. Watch.
Oh.
So depending on how big you want your pieces.
That's kind of a game changer for me.
This is a trick. So then you turn it around, you cut the other side, but don't cut all the way down. You have to have a really good sharp knife. And then you turn it over, and then I give it a little squeeze to get some of the liquid out, and then I hold it like this. And this, my friends, is how you cut a diced up tomato.
Nice.
Yeah,
and then you can cut around that and get all that. So what you do for a really good bruschetta is I start with 2 cloves of garlic that are minced.
Okay.
I have 4 tomatoes. And my kids love this.
Yeah,
it's kind of like an Italian or a really super savory salsa. And you don't want a lot of the juices. You want it pretty dry. And then what I'm gonna do is I always use something really salty in a bruschetta. You can use olives. I happen to use capers because that's what I have. So I'm gonna use about a 1/4 cup. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roughly chop those. Just so you don't get a full caper in each bite, you just get a little nibble. Just like that. And you just...
I'm watching you closely. I've never made this.
Oh, you haven't?
I enjoy eating it, but no, I never have.
And people spend a lot of money buying it from delis and sections like that.
Yeah.
And it's really an inexpensive thing to make. I'm gonna throw that in there. Now, Bobby, drizzle some olive oil in there. Again, always try to buy the best quality olive oil you can that your budget will allow, because you will appreciate it. Keep a little more.
A little more.
Would you pop that back in the oven with the, like with any kind of cheese on top?
No.
Okay.
Now, sometimes if I don't put cheese on the bread, I will put the little pearls of fresh mozzarella in there. So I'm gonna have you stir that for me, and then I'm gonna put a little salt. But again, these capers have a ton of salt. So this is a really bright, fresh, little, tomato, relish that you can do. And then, come over here, guys.
Top these guys.
And taste this with the bread. And you will love this. It is so yummy. And then
Carl.
Get in there, Carl.
Yeah.
It is so fresh, so yummy, and a great little appetizer for Thanksgiving. You like that? He's my bruschetta guy who loves it.
I don't think about this as Thanksgiving, though, But, but it works.
It's better than have everybody chomping at the bit while I'm trying to cook.
You were right. Your mouth's full. I'm going to take us to break. Well done.
Thank you. Yum, yum.
So good.